After getting blessings of Hanumanji, I'm about to ride bicycle back to my home located at Sector 6, Panchkula. It is a nice, beautiful lane parallel to Gagan River and taking into the consideration the concrete, you can easily imagine the established construction here. But the river is still dirty enough. I was very popular as a construction company owner from 2007 to 2011 at sector 25 and sector 26. I had sold many houses here, but during those times there was least urban development and not even a single assumption of AQI levels or any kind of measurements assumptions in the minds of innocent natives. But nowadays you can imagine the amount of traffic flowing on the other sides of roads and near the temples also. Each of the sectors have been filled with stray dogs. When more and more buildings around the entry points of these kind of trails are sold to rich and prosperous black money holders, then the people around the cities, most probably 248 kilometers to 448 kilometers, start assuming that this place was slightly developed during the times I migrated here. But how can I try to convince them? But my YouTube community is very intellectual enough. Most of them are Federal Bureau of Investigations, Interpol, NASA, Republican Party. Of course, there are many bicycle enthusiasts also, and mobile knowledge seekers are always there. You can see Goga made a temple on the other side of the ridge. I had option to migrate towards my working area, that was sector 25 and sector 26. If I would have been intended to extend or enhance my investment, I would have easily performed that as explained earlier also. But right now, as usual, all the time, I used to broadcast about the past week activities only. The inspiration button was used several times to get some motivations, text, or content. Artificial intelligence is always so much advanced than human beings that they used to suggest to me topics related to urban development and environment only. I can easily convince and prove myself that being such an environment friendly person when I read the advertisement of a plot seller or house seller in 2006, and when I was fed up of searching so many areas for shifting my house due to the torture faced by us by corrupt Delhi Development Authority, Municipal Corporation of Delhi, Delhi Pollution Control Committee, and newly developed BSES also. Religious board was also torturing me through notices which were not relevant at all. Of course, they revoked them, but I faced immense torture, and my family was also involved because Central Vigilance of Commission used to send printed letters instead of sending the email replies to me through which I was communicating sitting at my showroom, which was just 20 meters away from my house. During those times, also stray dog menace was there, and many illegal people who were not contributing to the society welfare were developing or breeding dogs which used to chase me, and even our bad neighbors close to our relatives complained the air conditioner which was so silent in nature to municipal corporation of Delhi itself. When the son of that foolish person who used to beat his own wife tried to molest my wife also, but he failed because the showroom was very near and my receptionist was very cautious. She informed me and I silently opened the door and he ran away. It was really dark in the street, but my family was always afraid of the suppressing nature of these kind of flashes, and it was not the first time. Many times I used to call my wife to use the call divide feature, and I will talk to the molester itself. And while I was driving, I was capable enough to guide anyone during 2001 also. When we had bought Motorola mobile from Gafar market, these kind of activities were very prominent. Once in a time, a few molesters were chasing my wife when she was waiting at 9:30 p.m. in a secluded place close to IITF. When I was about to bring my Matei's car, but I reached in time and they managed to flee away. I was not able to note down the numbers also, but during those times it was very isolated place. I couldn't have any option also. Once in a time I complained to Delhi police also when few molesters were trying to attack and a girlfriend and boyfriend near uh, Lajpat Nagar, where an English coaching institute is still existing or not. I am not sure about that. But the Delhi police informed that we will reach the next crossing and try to rescue the suspected or victim itself. I'm not sure whether they reached there or not, but I read news during the next morning. It was not there. The crime didn't happen. As usual, I read a lot of informative news. I committed my son that after my death, you will receive all rights of my YouTube channel also, and I have posted a video about your tours also. My subscriber count has reached a significant level, but I am not getting any monetized revenue from YouTube, and I don't assume that in next 1 or 2 years I will manage to get, because the threshold level is $100 and it has reached $18 only. I have never exposed my earning potential till now, but as usual I am not a money greedy person. I am more concerned of the quality of the content, which I am not sure I will manage to do as predicted today. But when if I will buy more gadgets like any action camera or mobile, it is possible that I can gain the sensitivity or image stabilization also. So Blue Ghost Moneylender has landed on Moon, and a 15-second delay is there for the signals to reach on Earth 1, and those pictures will be confidential. Of course, if fireflies have spent so much money, they have all right to gain some proprietary rights of the videos, and I'm not against these kind of activities. Of course, the technology should be so much easily available for the next generations that they can preserve the environment also. At least they will not quarrel about their career or qualifications. They have all right to gain accessibility to each and every satellite of all planets. During past week, 6 or 7 planets were available as a kind of parade in the solar system. I tried to watch the live video, but graphical interpretations were there. Some of them were really broadcasting, but the picture quality was not such brilliant. But I read that there are 4 sensors, and each one is attached to wire, which get detached as soon as the satellite landed on moon. All of there was such a movement. All of the 4 feet of the lander touched the moon at exactly or approximately same time. And in worst scenario, NASA and Fireflies had expected that it can land on 2 feet also. But all the lights started glowing, and it landed smoothly. You must have seen any kind of differences between Donald Trump and Zelensky, who started fighting. But I had already watched the video in which Macron was touching the waistline or upper knee of Donald and tried to calm him down that United States had not invested more money in missiles during Ukraine-Russia war. But I didn't like his gestures at all. Whether he wanted to convey wrongly to the media and they had some hidden arrangement, these kind of activities are really wrongful to the international war engaged community. But I read that Russia is fleeing away from Crimea, and many people were arguing that you are not even aware of the exact spelling of Crimea. Of course, it is a war indulged state inside the Ukraine. How can I imagine what name they will get after getting freedom from Ukraine itself or Russia itself? Why were they separated? All kind of historical events are not so much bothered for me. I'm more concerned of my YouTube channel only, and I am so much busy in web designing. I am used to miss that also, due to which my subscriber count has been struck at 1288 only. You must be really surprised that I am talking about the family when I was not into that. But during time when the death seems to be very close, we have to take that decisions also. I have to transfer my property rights, sector 58, sector 6, Panchkula, house number 586, to my son itself. These kind of superimpositions of property selling through different kind of health related Ayurvedic soaps through greedy and corrupt construction companies who might have been challenging me through offline activities also. I'm not into that. I'm really a dangerous person. What I say, I mean it. Even this sector has some numbers sold to first name superimpositions of course, that is not related to COVID or that is not related to the present scenario. These kind of assumptions are not so much significant for my life. Thanks a lot for joining my broadcast.